The human brain is never truly inactive. Even when we appear to be resting, it remains one of the most metabolically active organs in the body, consuming about 20% of the body's energy. Rest is therefore not the absence of brain activity. It is simply a different mode of operation. A useful way to understand this is to think of a computer. The hardware remains exactly the same, but the computer can operate in different modes such as sleep mode, battery saver, normal operation, or high-performance mode. The hardware does not change. Only the operational state changes according to the demands placed on the system. The brain functions in a similar way. The same neural hardware continuously shifts between different functional states depending on whether we need to interact with the outside world, reflect internally, solve problems, recover, or respond to threats. Healthy brain function depends not only on the ability to enter these states but also on the ability to transition smoothly between them. Two broad functional modes are particularly useful for understanding psychiatric symptoms. The first is action mode. This is an externally oriented, goal-directed state that supports attention, planning, behavioral initiation, executive functioning, working memory, problem-solving, and motor activity. This is the mode we rely on when we examine patients, write notes, study, drive, or perform any task that requires focused interaction with the environment. The second is default mode. This is an internally oriented state that supports autobiographical memory, self-reflection, future planning, imagination, emotional processing, social cognition, empathy, and the maintenance of personal identity. Although it is called the default mode, it is anything but passive. It is an active and essential state that allows us to integrate our experiences and maintain a coherent sense of self. These two modes often show broad anti-correlation. As external task demands increase, default mode activity generally decreases, and when attention turns inward, action-related networks become less active. However, this is not a simple competition. The networks frequently cooperate, and many complex human activities, including psychotherapy, creativity, and clinical reasoning, require contributions from both. The key principle is flexibility rather than opposition. Helping coordinate these transitions is the salience network, particularly the anterior insula and dorsal anterior cingulate cortex. This network continuously evaluates what is most important at any given moment, whether it is an external event or an internal thought or feeling. Based on that evaluation, it helps the brain shift into the most appropriate functional state. Many psychiatric symptoms can be understood, at least in part, as disturbances in state regulation. Some patients have difficulty entering action mode. They know what needs to be done but struggle to initiate behavior. They experience psychomotor slowing, fatigue, reduced motivation, and behavioral inertia. This pattern is commonly seen in major depressive disorder, schizophrenia with prominent negative symptoms, Parkinson's disease, catatonia, and severe burnout. Other patients struggle to exit action mode, particularly when it has become dominated by threat processing. They remain hypervigilant, tense, physiologically aroused, and unable to relax. Even when objective danger has passed, their brain continues to behave as though it must remain prepared for action. This pattern is often observed in post-traumatic stress disorder, generalized anxiety disorder, panic disorder, and chronic stress states. Some patients experience a maladaptive default mode. Instead of providing rest and reflection, quiet moments become filled with rumination, excessive self-focus, guilt, self-criticism, intrusive memories, and emotional distress. Rather than being restorative, internally directed attention becomes psychologically painful. This pattern is frequently encountered in depression, obsessive-compulsive disorder, social anxiety disorder, prolonged grief, and trauma-related disorders. Other patients have difficulty transitioning between brain states. Their attention, motivation, and emotional responses become unstable because the brain cannot shift efficiently from one functional configuration to another. This impaired flexibility may contribute to disorders such as ADHD, bipolar disorder, borderline personality disorder, and traumatic brain injury. This framework also provides useful questions during clinical assessment. Can the patient initiate and sustain goal-directed behavior? What happens when they are alone with their thoughts? Is quiet time restorative or distressing? Can they transition smoothly from work to rest and back again? Or do they become stuck in particular thoughts, emotions, or behavioral patterns? Many psychiatric treatments can be viewed as interventions that improve state regulation. Behavioral activation helps patients re-enter action mode. Cognitive behavioral therapy reduces maladaptive internal processing and improves cognitive flexibility. Mindfulness strengthens awareness of internal states without becoming trapped in them. Exercise and adequate sleep improve both activation and recovery. Pharmacotherapy may also influence large-scale network dynamics through its effects on neurotransmission. This perspective does not replace traditional psychiatric diagnosis or the biopsychosocial model. Psychiatric disorders arise from complex interactions among genetics, neurodevelopment, neurochemistry, psychology, environment, and social context. Rather, the concept of brain states offers an additional way to understand why patients may struggle with initiation, relaxation, rumination, or behavioral flexibility. The central message is simple. The same brain can operate in different functional states. Many psychiatric symptoms reflect problems not only in mood, thought, or behavior, but also in the ability to enter, maintain, exit, or appropriately switch between these states. Ultimately, the hallmark of a healthy brain is not remaining in one optimal mode, but possessing the flexibility to move smoothly between modes according to the demands of the moment.